Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm Drunken Dan.
I'm Train.
And last time we got my husbando. We played as my husbando for a little bit. And today we're going to be saving King Vegetable.
You know, a lot's happened in the last week. There's been a highly suspicious assassination attempt on a former Russian spy in Salisbury in Britain. North Korea is making actual movements towards potentially dismantling their nuclear weapons. But let's talk about Dragon Ball for half an hour.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you're not wrong. I know all those stories because I do follow, but I rarely talk about them in video. Anyway,
we're not about being topical and being really about being entertaining.
I mean,
we just ramble.
That news will be outdated in T-minus this video's out. Anyway,
I don't know. The Nerve Agent thing's probably going to be relevant for a while.
Oh, that one, yeah. The other one, probably not.
I mean, fuck, man. It's been a decade, and we still talk about the one time the Russian, got assassinated by placing a radioactive isotope in his teacup. But the important thing we must remember is it wasn't Russia. They have said that it very much wasn't them, and we should not suspect them.
He denies it. Matter of fact, he greatly denies it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Before we get killed under mysterious circumstances.
Don't worry, only 3 people watch this video. So before they all stop, let's talk about Dragon Ball shit.
I mean, we're rapidly approaching the end of Super. The unfortunate thing is, we record these the day before the new episodes come out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can't exactly be up to date because last week's episode it was just and then they fight.
Yeah, which we knew. By the way, I think in that video I was like, yeah, how it'll end is Goku will transform at the end and the episode will end. And I was right. People were actually mad about that, and that's what they always do in Dragon Ball. They've been doing that since... They do that in the manga, even. They've always done that.
I mean, it's a classic cliffhanger. Why are people surprised? They should just be thankful that Goku didn't spend a whole fucking episode charging up like he did for Super Saiyan 3.
Jesus Christ. Or how about the same thing for when Trunks went the useless form?
Well, how about in that same arc when Vegeta used the useless attack?
Which one?
Final Flash. He spends literally the whole episode charging that in the original.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then just Cell just kind of sits there and just no-sells it.
But he does.
No. He gets his arm taken off and just to fuck with him.
Well, actually, I think Cell does say that if he had have taken it head on, it might have killed him, and he did dodge at the last second. But then, of course, he gets his entire upper body blown off later on, and he regenerates perfectly from that. Or he obliterates his own entire body, and he regenerates perfectly from that. So, how much Cell actually knows about how much he can tank is dubious at best.
How much Cell knows is dubious at best. But yeah, I thought that was so funny. People were mad about that. I was like, really? Y'all didn't expect this? This is literally every time.
Have you watched Dragon Ball? Ever?
And one of them is Euron, and he didn't respond when I said, this is what they always do. Because he's like, I forgot Dragon Ball has bad pacing. Then one person's like, Toei, and I'm like, no, this is just always Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has always done this. And of course, because I was right, nobody responded to that.
I mean, it's not really bad pace when you consider that basically the whole episode is them fighting.
Yeah, it's the typical thing. Usually, even when if the villain gets a power up, it happens towards the end, and then they start no-selling.
Because the whole point is it's like with the westernized television, you want people to have an incentive to tune in next week.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it completely why they're doing it. I was repeating what they said.
I think the worst ones is generally other series where they'll have the final battle in the 24th episode, right? And it basically ends, but they hold off doing the final blow until the start of the next episode.
Oh,
then,
where they? Oh, I get you. Yeah, like that.
and then the rest of the episode is just. And I would prefer if they just did the final battle in 24, and then like spend 25 just wrapping all the subplots, because it just just super breaks the pacing. Like how, because I recently rewatched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, how that handles it, where the final battle takes place, like, you know, in the penultimate episode, and the final episode is just resolving all those plot points, or resolving all of the, you know, plot threads that hadn't been finished by that point.
Wait, form ultimate Z charge while doing a super attack.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's where you super and then tag into another super. We went over this, like, in this same series.
Oh, this one. Oh, I hate the naming.
You even, like, had this exact same confusion because you know how to do it, you just don't know its name.
I know, I remember now.
Professionals.
I'm like that with a lot of fighting games where I know how to do things, but if you ask me the names, I'll look at you like you have 7 heads.
You know what? Just to slightly go off Dragon Ball again, because we've not done that enough this episode, I did see Thor Ragnarok finally. It was actually good. It's actually good, I recommend it. I quite liked it. It was the best Thor movie.
So a good Thor movie.
Yeah! And like, Banner and the Hulk had things to do that wasn't trying to get Scarlett Johansson's pants.
Fucking long enough.
So that was nice.
Finally, the true evil clone arc. Yamcha versus evil Yamcha.
Oh no. Nah, remember in Xenoverse where you could fight like supervillain Yamcha?
Oh, that reminds me. In the new DLC, there's a part if you have Yamcha as your master in the part where Fu summons Videl, Yamcha tries to hit on her, and she just kicks him and calls him an old fogey.
I mean,
at least someone remembers Videl's personality. It just took people who write.
He is very much old enough to be her father because he's older than Goku.
Yeah, no, he is. He might even be Hercule's age.
It's hard to say. I think he's 16 at the start of Dragon Ball.
He's like 16, 17, because
he's like around that age. Yeah, he's around the same age as Bulma. He just lives in the desert and she lives in a mansion.
Oh, let me go do this then. But yeah, it's but yeah, no, it was just funny. I'm just glad though that at least, you know, the people writing Xenoverse remember Videl's personality, because Toriyama still can't find it under the couch cushions. Actually, it's not entirely fair, because the only person she's going to be kind of aggressive towards are people who piss her off, aka people who aren't Gohan.
So, basically, and also it would kind of require her to, you know, appear.
Yeah.
It's hard to really have a personality if you're never in the show.
Yeah, to be fair, they did a decent job with her though when she showed up in the one episode, was the Gohan episode.
The Great Saiyaman movie.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad that that's all we really get out of Gohan until the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than the manga got.
I mean, once again, as I established last week, manga doesn't have, like, you know, 25 minutes.
No, the thing is, my whole point is the manga and the anime is neither version, in my opinion, is perfect. They both do certain things better and handle certain things better.
So it's kind of like how I feel about Devilman, the original manga, and Crybaby.
Like, Kaba and, for example, like, Kaba has more, him and Vegeta have a better, like, they wrote their, master-apprentice relationship better in the manga, not the manga, in the anime.
You know what I really...
Where like, Jiren actually had more characterization in the manga.
Do you know what? Just to slightly peel you off this, you know who I fucking hope is, like, the king of the Saiyans in Kappa's world?
Who?
I hope it's Raditz. Would that not be not Nappa, but Raditz. Would that not be perfect? Raditz finally becomes relevant after 20 years. 30 years.
This is I, King of the Saiyans!
Now you can tell us all about the days of the week.
Let me show you Sunday! What was it, Sunday? What was the Sunday move called? I should have went with Saturday Crush.
It's Double Sunday.
Oh, okay. I should remember Saturday Crush, though, which is weird, because he never fucking uses that in anything other than the games.
I always like how sometimes they just don't, they call his double Saturday Crush thing. Keep your eye on the birdie.
Oh my god, you're right. I remember that.
It's so great just sometimes. Man, one of the advantages of having so many dubs of Dragon Ball is just, you get so much weird shit to do.
Don't forget, Goku's father was a great scientist.
He was an average fighter, but he was a brilliant scientist.
Ah, you're right. I forgot the full monologue.
I mean, man, if fucking only, right? If only Bardock was full-on Jor-El. Oh, wait, no, he is full-on Jor-El now.
Oh, no, now he is.
Yeah, now he's straight up Jor-El. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks, Bardock.
It makes it even funnier when you think Toriyama parodied Superman in that one before, and now he just straight up stole the backstory.
On the bright side, I guess Jean has technically got more, going on for her than Superman's mother. I think she's called Lara?
I literally don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of more. Tells you a lot more than we know Goku's mother's name, but we can't remember. Lana? No, it can't be Lana.
I mean, we even know more of her personality, where the whole gimmick was she was not like a Saiyan because she wasn't violent, and that was it.
And that's how you justify why Goku's a nice baby and not just the brain damage.
Though the brain damage probably explains it.
The brain damage explains everything.
Yeah, it explains a lot, actually. Maybe too much.
But
let's go get vegetable.
It's really sad when you could. It's really sad because I was rewatching Winter Soldier for some reason as well, and I was like, man, Captain America in these movies is way more like Superman than Superman's been in a long time.
You mean almost any of his movies?
Yeah, basically. But I did come to a slight realization about Marvel and DC and the way they view their characters.
What's that?
Marvel views their characters as brands, and DC views their characters as, actual characters. So, like, Marvel works on this assumption that you could put anyone in, like, red and blue spider-themed tights and they'll love them.
Oh no! Frieza's going to kill a vegetable!
That doesn't sound like a thing Frieza would do. I think you've got it confused with someone else.
It's okay, Piccolo saved him.
Thanks, Piccolo.
Piccolo's always saving people.
Except that one time he got turned to stone and Gohan didn't save him.
Yeah.
Then Vegeta had to chew him out for it.
Yeah.
And
then he got a power-up later, and then Toriyama, right after that, we just went, I'm bored of Gohan.
Hey, Gohan, you've been eaten.
I'm bored. You're not a good protagonist. Goku. I know how to write Goku.
Well, that's because Vegeta should be the protagonist.
Honestly, he would be a better protagonist.
I mean, he already eclipsed Goku in strength in Battle of the Gods before Goku got, the super special power-up that he only got. I mean,
he always gets those.
Yeah, always.
By the power of Goku.
Finally, Vegeta has his own thing that's still vastly inferior to Goku's thing.
Raccoon! Oh wait, no, butter! I got it all mixed up. Juice!
You ever know what...
Guido!
Oh god.
I don't have a name for Genyu.
Not Guido Anchovy.
Remember, in the Japanese version, Guido Anchovy has, like, some kind of, like... I think he's got, like, some kind of sexually transmitted disease. That's not a joke.
Yeah, I know. Original version Samurai Pizza Cats is bizarre.
So, well...
Oh, it was... No,
Good.
No, I was just going to say, I was trying to remember if Samurai Pizza Cats was the one where the people realised that they weren't that the original animation team realised that the show they made wasn't great, so they just told the dubbing team, do whatever you want, just make it a hit. But it was Ghost Stories that's what happened with.
I think it's a little bit of both, actually. By the way, I like how the team getting ready to fight Frieza is Piccolo, Krillin, and Goku, none of which are on my team.
Also, none of which ever managed to defeat Frieza. I'm pretty sure, like two of those guys got killed by Frieza.
Technically, Gohan in the one movie one-punched Frieza and killed him. Technically.
Yeah.
But that was before Toriyama got bored of Gohan.
That was before Frieza spent 3 whole months training intensely. Oh, sorry, 6 months. He trained for 6 whole months, and that's what let him catch up to Goku, who had God power. Goku and Vegeta, who spent like fucking the last decade just basically training every day.
Yep.
Or farming, or training and farming. Or conning people into doing farming by calling it training. And now that Super started the Future Trunks arc and I've been watching, it's like, it's so sad that Piccolo and Krillin's roles is just filling the holes, hole fillers.
Pretty much.
Man, remember when Piccolo was the second strongest character in the series? Remember when he was the strongest character in the series?
He was, like, throughout the series, he was consistently, like, the second strongest person on the planet at one point. In, like, every arc in the original Z.
Yeah, and the original Z becomes at least one point in every saga the strongest, good-orientated character.
Yeah.
That's not, dead. Because in the Saiyan Saga, it's when they're just fighting Nappa, he's, quite a way above everyone else. When they fight, and then on Namek, when he absorbs Nail, he becomes powerful enough to go toe-to-toe with Frieza's million power second form. Android Saga, it's when he fuses with Kami, right?
Yeah.
And then Majin Buu Saga, it's literally just because everyone else is dead at that point.
Oh, they're actually talking to Frieza now.
That's nice of them.
Oh, they're actually talking. Wait. It's almost like the two sides are starting to talk. What if they joined forces and...
That sounds like too much effort.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah, it does.
I suppose I should reward you for that stimulating scuffle.
I won't lie. I've gotten so used to the second Frieza voice. Honestly, I kind of like it more than the old Granny Frieza.
Oh, no, I misunderstand. I've always thought that Greg Ayres was like, Greg Ayres and this guy who's not Greg Ayres but sounds just like him is like the better Frieza voice. I'm nostalgic for Granny Frieza.
No, I get that. What was it? The Sailor Moon dub that the one that Viz put out is like obviously way better than the one back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm nostalgic for is when Luna sounded like an old British woman.
Be honest, I don't really remember much of Sailor Moon, but I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like Sabrina, where it was like that kind of voice.
Yeah. It does sound familiar.
Oh, so Frieza just said, oh yeah, she turns people into snack food and eats them. Talk about bizarre. You guys have someone on your team who used to do that. That's no different from Cell or Boo. It's more close to Boo than Cell, but eh.
Cell just at least Boo turned people into things, and Cell just, ate them with his tail. Or he drank people.
Oh, stop all your silly nonsense.
Never forget that one time he, literally turned the dude into, nothing. Liquefied his insides.
Oh, Golda's gonna paralyze us.
Damn it,
Good
Golda.
thing nobody does anything while the characters talk.
I mean, it's Dragon Ball, so...
Yeah. Well, that's anime in general, let's be fair.
I swear there's been something where people have, done stuff.
I like when they get, frozen, wait, if they're frozen now, Frieza, why don't you just, shoot them in the hearts and kill them?
Whoa,
Instead of just leaving.
Sorry, when you just said I like when they in Frozen, I was, transported back to 2014.
Oh, no. I was gonna say, when they were frozen, and then I was like, wait a minute, why isn't Frieza just killing them? I just realized that. But, anyway, I like that when they got frozen, Krillin was like, oh, Jesus, not this shit again.
I mean, he went through enough trouble with this last time.
Yeah. No! Prince Vegetable is alive and well! This proves you're nothing but soft Kakarot. I like how Vegeta's now criticizing them for not attacking. I mean, I agree. This is why you should be the hero. He's the better character.
Poor Vegeta.
He's
He's
better
also-
character.
he's also-
he got to keep his character development,
He also
and he got more.
and he actually gives a shit about his family.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the only one who doesn't give a shit about his family is Goku.
Yeah. Well, Piccolo doesn't really care about his race.
Yeah, but he cares about his family. You know, Gohan, Pan.
Hmm.
I mean, that's his son and granddaughter. Like, come on.
Meanwhile, Yamcha doesn't care. Yamcha would care about his family if he had one.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Him getting married to anyone.
Well, I mean, I'm sure 18 cares about her family all the times they get horrifically murdered.
Yeah.
Like Krillin and 17 and 16, arguably. And the one time she and her child got killed.
Remember when Super 17 killed Krillin, so she fucking went to N17?
There he goes again.
To be honest, I try not to remember too much about Super 17.
Don't worry, 17 never really does anything. Oh wait, no, he killed himself one time, so now he's a great character, right?
Man, if all it takes is blowing yourself up, why isn't Chaozu a great character?
Exactly. I mean, Chaozu, all he did was stall Nappa for a little bit. 17, all he did was stall Jiren for a little bit. See, they're exactly the same.
I wouldn't really
In
say
fact,
it's still Jiren. It was like... Jiren was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm still not fighting seriously, even though I could end this whole tournament in, like, a second if I tried.
Oh, and also don't forget, just like Chaozu, 17's only won one time on screen.
Hmm.
Actually, no, that's not fair. I think Tournament of Power, he knocked people out when they got tired by throwing them out of the ring, because that was like 17's whole shtick.
To be fair, 17 did beat up. Pretty sure his... I'm trying to think of all the fights he's had. I mean, you've had a couple fights in Super, but like the main one he actually had in DB, the two he had in DBZ is he fights all the other Z fighters except for Vegeta when they try and save Vegeta from getting from getting everything broken by 18, and he beats them. And then he and Piccolo have their rematch, which doesn't have a conclusive ending because then
Cell shows up,
and then Cell happens. And then
but yeah, no, but yeah, 17 doesn't really do anything in Z after that point. That other than like you see him give Goku energy, and then in Super he shows up when they're like, oh, we're gonna have him for the Tournament of Power because,
So here's the thing, right? 17 and 18 have limitless energy, correct?
Yes.
Couldn't they couldn't they between them just fuel like a spirit bomb that has like just capable of obliterating anything?
Listen, you're thinking about this way more than Toriyama did.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but
I mean, Toriyama didn't even think of giving him just wrote, oh, he has a wife and a kid. What about them?
Damn sight more than Yamcha and Tien ever got. Damn sight more than Launch ever got.
Yamcha is under the couch cushions along with Vidal's personality.
Oh.
We've been over this. Actually, let me edit my team. Though, actually, it might not be a bad idea to wrap it up now, because we're at like 24 minutes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give you a 3. On a
scale of 1 to 10, I give you P. Wait, no, that's not right. You know what? We'll do one match just to show off King Vegetable.
You know
what?
what?
I know saving the game is gonna kick me out of that menu. God damn it.
You know what? If we do get cooler, you know what voice line he desperately needs?
I'm cooler than Frieza.
No, you know the voice line. The
Which
Big
one?
Getty Star enabled me to cheat death! How could this be?
Oh my fucking god. I was doing a mission, like last week when I was playing Xenoverse 2, and I was doing a fucking mission where to get time, I had to keep killing him, so I kept fucking hearing that line.
It's the greatest! The big Getty Star! The big Getty Star! The big Getty Star enabled me to cheat that! How can this be? It's just, it's the fucking worst. It's the best, automatically. I need that to be like more of a thing in Dragon Ball now, every time Cooler's in. Since since I'm guessing their idea is, well, Meta Cooler looks like Golden Frieza, but he's silver or platinum, so they must be just as strong. I think that's the intention.
That's how you feel. Why don't you train me?
I like how I like how Vegeta's like, you don't want to train with softies like Piccolo and Kakarot to Gohan. He's like, okay, well if you feel that way, why don't you train me? Who, me? Don't be ridiculous. You train yourself.
What? Me? Train you? Oh, you're serious. I mean, we've seen what Vegeta's training is like. It's turned into a Super Saiyan. If you manage to punch me in the face, I'll take you out to the amusement park.
I mean, that was pretty much, it's almost like that what you have to do when he trains you in, Xenoverse 2.
You know what, though? I would fucking love if that happened.
I like how also he gets you to turn Super Saiyan, is he just fucking has Goku and him attack you at full strength, and basically says, if you don't transform, I'll fucking kill you!
I mean, that's Vegeta in a nutshell. But man, that would be great if he did train Gohan, and his rewards were just like if he was training Trunks. If you can land one punch on me, Gohan, I'll take you to the amusement park.
Now I just imagine Vegeta on babysit duty with Pan.
I mean,
That would actually be fine, though.
I was gonna say, he's actually a good father, so...
Yeah, that's only a problem if you say Goku. But,
Or Trunks. Don't forget Trunks almost destroyed the house.
That's true.
Future Trunks. There's too many Trunkses.
There really are.
Especially if you count that there's GT Trunks and then there's Xenoverse Trunks. God damn it, Trunks.
The funny thing, until the Goku Blackheart, really, Trunks didn't really do anything useful other than kill Frieza.
Well, he did also
And warn
technically...
them.
He did kill Cell twice.
Twice?
Yeah, because he helps Krillin destroy the baby Cell in the normal timeline, and then he kills the one that from his timeline because it's this whole weird, like, 3 separate timelines running concurrently thing that goes on. He also kills the android, so that's nice. And Deborah off screen, so that's nice. In fact, Matt, and he also kills King Kong. I think Trunks has like the highest body count of the set, except maybe for his
By
friend
Super,
Carl.
yeah. By
Yeah.
Super, he's got the highest body count.
Let's see, how many people did Vegeta kill? So, there's like actual people Vegeta killed. He killed Nappa, he killed Kwee, he killed Dodorian Zarbon, like named
Guldo.
people. Guldo.
He finished
Raccoon.
Burger off, he killed Jace.
He kills all the Ginyu Force bar Ginyu, so 4 more people. He doesn't kill anyone in the androids. Oh, he kills 19.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna save now.
Yeah.
Let's finish up the Vegeta thing, then I'm gonna wrap up the video.
So he kills 19, he then kills... I don't think his next kill is until Majin Buu, and he kills... What's his name? Pui Pui or something?
That was the character from Frieza, but I know he looks a little bit like him. I know I see him in my head, but I know who you're talking about. He kills that guy, like the first guy they fight.
And
The one
then,
that's like, he's as strong. I think they're like, he's almost as strong as Cell or some bullshit.
And then it's like, oh, he doesn't even need to try. And then I think that's the last person he kills in Z up until... And then in Super he kills... Did he kill Git? Yeah, he kills Ginyu. And then he doesn't actually... I think that's all he's killed so far. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's less death in Super. Well, I mean, to be fair, they literally only had one actual life or death arc in the series. And then the other two of them were rehashes. One of them was an actual like villain arc, and then the other two were tournament arcs. Half of the new content is Super. More than half the new content of Super was fucking tournaments.
Yep. Tournaments are easy, yo. You don't
I
have
do
to
hope if-
have
I do
any.
hope if we get. I do hope if we get anything else with Dragon Ball, like another series or something like that, it's not like all fucking tournaments.
Why should it be called Dragon Ball T, and the T stands for tournament?
That should have been the name of Super. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed FighterZ, aka Dragon Ball Podcast. Have a good day.
Don't you let me cheat.